Right, y'all. Just want to give y'all a quick update. Driscoll and the detective already took the stand. Right now, the one on the stand is Miss Alicia Simmons, our commissioner. And that guy, Lloyd, the prosecutor, is trying to make her look bad. But it's kind of crazy because he's the one that fought for Tim O'Hare not to be here, the same district attorney. You know? And it's crazy because they can't mention a day, they can't mention a name, they can't mention nothing that has to do with anything other than what fits into their narrative. So this one's kind of weird because all the evidence that's used to discredit their witness, they can't use because the prosecutor's getting it stricken down and the judge is allowing it. You know, just like that thing right where he said he agreed with the district attorney where they can't mention me or CJ, and now they can't mention the fucking day neither. So you're instructing the jury, well, not the jury because they're not even in there. Yeah, because he's instructing the jury on how to rule and how to, all that. But they won't let him look up case laws. They won't let him do any of that. Which is kind of weird because wouldn't you want the jury to be well informed of what they're doing? Oh, wait, we're in Fort Worth, Tarrant County. So that's not how it goes. There is no justice here. And they got these prosecutors. They're right now wasting $60,000 on a ticketable offense. It didn't rise to the level of disorderly. It didn't rise to the level. It didn't meet the criteria. So it's kind of crazy. Yeah. Violation of due process. That's exactly what's going on. And her lawyer is objecting. He's getting overruled. It's kind of crazy. But then you figure out who put this judge in office. Where did he go get the money from for the funding? I know. And he's repping the same thing that O'Hare and them are. So whoever says this trial is about justice is a lie. This is a political trial. It's citizens against Republicans. That's what we're dealing with right now. And it's crazy. Yeah, because they instructed jury not to ask about case laws, not to look them up, that they can do all that after the hearing, after the trial, which is kind of wrong. Because if the jury's not well informed, then they can't make a clear and fair judgment. Because you are keeping things from them. Because if you want to argue the legality of that, it's crazy. Because they still have one more witness, and CJ. But it's kind of crazy how it's going down right now, man. But I expected it because that's how they do. And I don't understand how your case, you can appeal your case and another case goes to the same judge you're appealing their case on. Because I could have swore that when I asked these guys, their cases were on a rotation. So it's like it gets assigned to them. They don't pick it. But that's not what's happening here. You know, like in my case was done in the same judges because my judge, David Cook, he didn't want to do mine. He wanted to do another case. So instead of doing mine, he chose to do another case and send my case to another courtroom. So it's kind of crazy. Yeah, but they're arguing about all that. Like they can't bring up nothing that Driscoll has done before to anyone else because they're objecting to it. And the judge is agreeing with him. And it goes against his character. It goes against his testimony. So they're keeping evidence from being presented because they don't want him to look bad and to expose that he isn't unbiased. That he's just doing it as a favor and the CYA cover his ass. You know? So I've been here since this morning and all this is just a fucking clown show. It's a circus. Like I keep saying, there's no justice here, bro. Not when it's done like that. You know? It's kind of crazy. You can't use their history against them, which impeaches their testimony. It's kind of weird. You know, and that's the sad thing about these so-called and Driscoll in court, they said he used to be a member of the clique. And if anyone knows what clique is, it's the ones that protect cops from prosecution, from lawsuits, from wrongdoing, misconduct. They help spin the narrative. You know, it's a bigger POA, Police Officers Association, because POA is just they're just in their counties, you know, like Fort Worth Police Officers Association, like that. Clique is all around Texas. So Driscoll was a member of clique, so he was helping dirty cops, lying law enforcement get away with their crimes against citizens. It's kind of crazy how it goes, though. So this isn't a trial to prove guilt or innocent or anything like that. It's a trial to show that if we don't want you doing something in Tarrant County, we'll make sure you don't. Because I even seen that district attorney that went to Austin to the jurisprudence to try to get interfering from a class C or B misdemeanor to a felony. And then when I told him in the hallway, hey man, that shit didn't, he acted like he didn't know what I was talking about. Like he had no idea. And I'm like, come on, bro. You went and lied to a bunch of people. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, here in this courthouse right here, you don't get justice. Tim Curry Correctional Justice Center. In Fort Worth, Texas, there is no justice here. This is where you just get ran over in court. You know? And it's kind of crazy too, because they do that same way with regular cases. You know? They have so many cases that are still open, unsolved, and everything. and they make deals with these people. They never see a court, they never see a trial, nothing like that. But you piss off the people in charge, this is what happens to you. They took a ticketable offense and went to trial. You know, because they don't care if they win or lose. You know what I'm saying? Because the trial cost the citizens $60,000. It doesn't cost them anything. So that's why they don't care. They're just doing this for favors. They're doing favors for their buddies, their comrades. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I believe that they've misinterpreted, misquoted, and misstated all these case laws and what it actually means for so long that they actually believe the lies that they're telling now. And it's kind of crazy. You know? So, yeah, I came to support Carolina in her trial, which is kind of crazy. You know, she's on trial right now for getting kicked out of commissioner's court. Got a law man hauling ass somewhere. They're hauling ass somewhere. I don't know where he went. Conrad's. Yeah. So yeah, it's crazy. And then not only that, Driscoll was not the one who wrote the police report or the affidavit, but yet here's the one who's here testifying. And when he was asked if he knew what was on the report or the affidavit, he said no. Has he read it? No. So what are you testifying to? And that's another thing that went out the window. You're allowed to confront your accusers. And that's not what's happening in these court proceedings. Just like the same thing that happened with me. Got on the stand, they put out a memorandum, and then they put out a press release that I was the reason why that I disrupted the meeting and all this, and they charged me with disorderly conduct. That shit didn't work. I came, beat them. They lost. I had an attorney, Tiffany Burks, same bald-headed loser, got on there, admitted that the investigation wasn't on me. And then when they asked him, so why wasn't I charged with interfering? They said, well, we're looking into it too. But as far as me being arrested, I was charged with disorderly conduct. I was taken to jail. About 5-6 hours later, I was given a ticket and released. And that's my point. They can't have it both ways. You can't give some person a ticket, lock them up, and then trespass them and all this shit, man. It doesn't work like that. There's a criminal code of procedures that they're not following. And I be trying to say that all the time. Just because they feel like doing it doesn't mean it's legal and lawful. You know? So right now, we had our commissioner, Alicia Simmons, was testifying right now. And it's just crazy. They get on this stand and they commit perjury. They keep evidence hidden, exculpatory evidence, and no one's ever charged. None of these dudes are ever charged. So so
Caution. Cars exiting parking garage. Cars exiting parking garage. Cars exiting parking garage.
So yeah, people. So that's how it pops off here. But the weird thing about it is they subpoenaed Tim O'Hare. And the DA fought for him not to come. And they succeeded. But he's the one that has to come because what they're saying is she can't give legal because she didn't. But Tim O'Hare is an attorney. And he didn't want to come. So that's what we're dealing with right now. Tim O'Hare was subpoenaed, but he got the district attorney to help him so he don't have to come. So that's what happened. He didn't have to come and testify. And that's what happens. That's why he does what he does. Because he feels that his gang is bigger than everyone else's. Just look at the way they talk, right? And it's the same thing with the blue line bullshit, right? This guy is saying that he just wants a Republican majority so they can vote the way they want. That's gang mentality. That's gang thug shit, man. And that's all they care about. Because right now they have 3 Republicans and they're getting their way. Because all 3 of them are voting together because all 3 of them got funded by the same motherfucking losers to do this type of shit. So that's what we have to pay attention to, too, people. Who put them in those positions to do the trash shit they're doing? And then when you start circling around the money, it's all the same dumb motherfuckers donating money to these same losers just to get their way. Commissioner's court, city council, these courtrooms, family court, they're all thug like that. They all think gang shit. You know? That's what they're on. We want to have a Republican majority. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And that's what they say. It's not about citizens. That's not what he's talking about. It's Republicans, Republicans, Republicans. That does not mean citizens, citizens. You're choosing your political party over the citizens that you swore to fucking serve. And that's not what happens. So, yeah, this whole shit is crazy, man. That's why I had to come outside and smoke a cigarette. This stupid ass shit. So, let's see what's up to people. Barry, what's up? Captain Happy, Jerry. Okay, Canada in the house. Allie, right? Fingers crossed, man. Hope they don't screw her over. Barry, yup, they sure did. Make stupid people famous. Chuck, what's up, Chuck? King Chow Chow. No, I feel you on that, King Chow Chow. Mine's kind of weird how they can assign a case that's on appeal to the same judge, like a different case. You know? I don't know. Rich, just up here in the courthouse today. Four Corners. ¿Qué onda ese? Aquí en la corte. Guachando esos vatos que no valen verga. Ese. Pinche justicia falsa. There's no justice here. There's only justice here if you're important, you got money, and you're with a certain political party. So fuck them dudes. Fucking losers. What's up, Wing and Angel in the house? Natalie, how you doing? We was hoping you would come, but we understand. You know. Thank you for watching. Texas Blue, what's up? Okay. Ex-bootlicker. Tony Sweet, what's up? Blades. Nah, for real. Yeah, Chuck, you ain't lying. And Cap Gamer, what's the deal? Car Thief, yep. Norberto, ¿qué onda ese? Aquí nomás en la corte de mi amiga. A ver si le van a hacer justo o le van a hacer daño. All right. Jackpot. Glad to have you here. Favorite hater. Mama Bear, what's up? I think they still have one more person to testify, but I'm not sure. Natalie, if you can get here in enough time, I'm not sure. Popeye Transparency, what's up? Well, see, then the charges are kind of weird too, because they're saying disorderly conduct through interfering with the meeting, and then when they were asked to clarify, they got stuck. So. They dropped their pockets. Yeah, because the thing about disorderly, bro, it's like disorderly, it's like fucking interference. It's so vague. So if they lose the hindering the meeting, they still have disorderly. Or if they lose disorderly, they still have hindering. But it's kind of weird because they can't have both of them. It doesn't work like that. But that's what they're trying to do here. So that's why I say that's kind of weird. You know? they like getting cases that are vague because they have a higher probability of convincing someone that it meets the criteria when it actually doesn't. But like I said, the jury can't look up case laws. They can't ask questions about law because they'll tell them, just listen to the rules that were given to you through the instructions we've given it to you. So they're telling them how to rule, how to do it, and how everything, and they're just being told to follow it. Which I don't think that's how it goes. I don't think they get to do that. So that's what we're dealing with over here in Tyrone County. Yeah, she did a jury trial again. You know, just like last time, she did a jury trial. The same judge, she did a jury trial. The jury gave her 30 days. The jury gave her 30 days with the same judge. After the jury gave her 30 days, he would not let her serve her 30 days. What he did, he took those 30 days and put him credit towards probation that he put her on 14 months for. The judge did, not the jury. He did after the jury found her guilty and sentenced her. So what was the point of the jury? So she's with the same judge getting fucked over again. Just kind of weird, man. So that's how they get down over here. Yep, Brian Bolton is his name. Brian Bolton is the judge, and he's in CCC 9 on the 8th floor. And the prosecutor is Lloyd. So no, that's what they're saying. I see it's weird because they're not mentioning disorderly. They're not mentioning breach of the peace. They're mentioning her disrupting a meeting, which she did not. It's on camera. They played it. The courtroom and the jury saw all of it. So that's what we're dealing with right now. And I came outside because I don't want to hear that shit no more, man. That's what we're saying. Why have a jury if the judge is just going to go against it? Yeah. See, because they try to keep doing the same thing to me, but lost it. I did my time. I'm not on bond probation or none of that. They don't have a 25-foot rule on me or nothing. Because it's like they're sending our cases to certain prosecutors who I already told how to fucking lie and spin it to make it lean more towards their favor. Yeah, and that's the thing. They didn't file no charges against him. You have him on video assaulting her, knocking her out, causing bodily injury. And the Forward Police Department agreed that it was excessive. I know, it's coming. And see, that's what I mean. Like, these dudes aren't explaining it right. And When the lawyer tries to make clarification, he gets overruled. When the lawyer tries to make it to where, what are you talking about, he gets overruled. But whenever the district attorney wants something or says something, he gets his way. You know? Like he wasn't, her lawyer was not going to mention me. For real. Barry makes stupid people famous, yeah. Yeah, fuck Kruger. He pulled a gun on me and then lied and said I was jaywalking and made the arrest. That case got, you know, so it's like they're doing this out of spite, you know, because look what they went to Austin to try to get, you know. They knew they were going to keep losing with interfering, so they went on to the next thing. The next easy, vague thing that they can just lie about and convince people that it's true when it's really not. That shit's crazy, man. That shit made me mad watching it. That's why I left. I came outside. I didn't want to deal with this shit no more. Oh, and then there's a picture that they used against Alicia Simmons. She's flipping them off. It's pretty badass. I got one of those too where I'm flipping off them. I was flipping off Taylor Stevens when she arrested me. She told me to identify myself and shit like that. I told her, fuck you. That case was never filed because she's a liar. So isn't it crazy, man? Instead of having a fair trial, right? Play fair, do it the right way. That's not what's happening. You have to waste money to bond out, hire an attorney, keep having to show up. And then in the end, you have to get an attorney, you have to file a lawsuit, and it's just unnecessary when they understand what they're doing is wrong. It's illegal and unlawful. But see, if they didn't have DAs and judges protecting their unlawful and illegal orders and misconduct, they wouldn't do it. They would be more aware and more afraid to lie, cheat, if they didn't have the help from prosecutors and judges like these. Then you would have a fair trial. But that's not what's happening here. It never is. So I just wanted to give everyone an update. I'm gonna go back inside right now, see what's happening now. So keep her all in your prayers, you know. So yeah. I'll keep y'all all updated. I'm gonna head back in and see what's popping off now. So everybody be careful, be safe out there. I always spend these fucking, you know what they are. I always film them. Y'all be safe.